Hello everyone, my name is Hezheng. I am co-founder and CTO of Merico, a growing startup in the engineering analytics space. I'm also the creator of Apache DevLake, which is an open source tool for extracting insights from software development processes. Today, we embark on an exciting adventure together, creating and tracking SLOs that empower developer happiness and productivity. In my experience with leading the engineering team at Merico, I've seen firsthand how SLOs can be a powerful tool for improving service quality and reliability. By setting clear targets for performance, teams can focus their efforts on what matters most to their customers. SLOs helps teams prioritize work and make data-driven decisions. When an SLO is not met, teams can identify the underlying issues and take action to address them. By holding teams accountable for meeting SLOs, a culture of continuous improvement is fostered. Teams are motivated to seek out ways to improve their processes, tools, and infrastructure in order to meet or exceed their SLOs. Traditionally, SLOs have been used to describe the performance of software systems. However, today I would like to shift the focus towards the software development lifecycle that produces those systems. By setting SLOs for the development process, we can empower developer productivity and satisfaction. This is where the SPACE framework comes in. The SPACE framework was developed by a group of researchers from GitHub, Microsoft, and the University of Victoria to measure, understand, and improve developer happiness and productivity. The framework captures different dimensions of productivity and provides a way to think rationally about productivity in a much bigger space. It's composed of 5 dimensions. First, satisfaction and well-being captures how fulfilled developers feel with their work, as well as how healthy and happy they are. Performance captures the outcome of a system, such as system reliability, absence of bugs in the code, and feature usage. Activity captures the count of actions or outputs. Examples of developer activities that can be measured include design, coding, continuous integration, and deployment. Communication and collaboration captures how people and teams communicate and work together. Examples of metrics include discoverability of documentation, the speed of work integration, and the quality of code reviews. Finally, efficiency and flow captures the ability to complete work with minimal interruptions or delays. Example of metrics include the number of handoffs in the process, and the total time, value added time, and wait time of work flowing through a system. The key takeaway from the framework is to take a holistic approach to productivity and refrain from optimizing only one dimension, as this can lead to problematic policies that don't actually improve overall productivity or well-being. For example, solely focusing on activity as a measure of productivity might lead to a policy of optimizing the number of story points or lines of code written, which could result in developers rushing to complete work and sacrificing quality. These could also lead to burnout, as developers may feel pressure to continuously produce more output without regard for their satisfaction or well-being. By taking a holistic approach and measuring multiple dimensions of productivity, organizations can ensure that they are optimizing for the right metrics and taking actions that improve both productivity and well-being. The SPACE article also kindly summarizes the metrics for each dimension in this table, I would highly recommend going through this table in detail, as many of the metrics make great candidates for service level indicators. I won't be able to cover all of them in this talk, so here I handpicked a couple of metrics that have to do with the code reviews, and we'll share some example SLOs for the code review process in the next slide. The first example, SLO, is on code review pickup time. So code review pickup time is the amount of time it takes for a code review request to be picked up by a reviewer. This SLO is important to ensure that code changes are reviewed in a timely manner, and the developers can move forward with their work without undue delay. A reasonable SLO for code review pickup time could be that 90% of all code review requests must be picked up by a reviewer within 24 hours of submission. The second example is on PR merge time. So PR merge time is the amount of time it takes to merge a pull request once it has been approved in the code review process. This SLO is important to ensure that code changes are integrated into codebase quickly and the developers can move forward with their work. A reasonable SLO for PR merge time could be that 95% of all pull requests must be merged within 24 hours of approval. The last example is on PR size. So PR size is the size or scope of a pull request, usually measured in lines of code changed. This SLO is important to ensure that code changes are manageable and reviewable within a reasonable time frame. A reasonable SLO for the pull request size could be that 90% of all pull requests must be less than or equal to 500 lines of code. Limiting pull request size can help ensure that the code review process is effective and that reviewers can focus on providing high-quality feedback on a manageable amount of code changes. These SLOs can be tailored to your organization's specific needs and goals. By setting and tracking these SLOs, you can improve the effectiveness and efficiency of your code review process and ensure that code changes are reviewed and integrated into the code base in a timely and effective manner. What's even better is that these metrics can be tracked by an open source tool called Apache DevLake. So the best way to understand Apache DevLake on a high level is that it's a solution that gives you the capability to ingest, analyze, and visualize all of your dev data from many tools all in one customizable place. The user flow is simple. You first install DevLake or one of the many options it provides, including .compose or help chart. The next step is to collect data from your DevOps tools by creating a data pipeline within DevLake using its frontend or API. Once data has been collected, it's time to explore and examine your data and metrics with DevLake's built-in Grafana dashboards. These dashboards cover various use cases, including Space Framework and DORA metrics. That's it. Thanks for your time today. Hopefully, in this presentation, you feel much better equipped to go and create SLOs that empower developer happiness and productivity yourselves. If you're interested in exploring more of SLO's use cases in developer productivity, we invite you to jump in and take a much closer look at DevLake. If you go to devlake.apache.org, you'll find everything you need to use this open source project and join our vibrant community of over 500 developers. I look forward to connecting with all of you, and thanks again.